Right, let's jump into it. Richard Alexander here in studio, my friend. I love it when you come in, you drop this new knowledge, these updates on laws on us, and then, you've studied this case with the gentleman we were talking about before. Let's, where do you want to start, man? There's a lot going on right now.
Well, as far as the kid we were talking about, 17-year-old, the first thing that hit me when I saw the booking photo, I said, oh, wait a minute, he's a minor.
Yeah.
How are they releasing a booking photo? I still don't know. I still don't have an answer to that.
Interesting.
Because I'm sure they didn't charge him as an adult immediately. So I'm wondering about that. The other thing, when I was talking to my son, who's 11, I said, this kid just threw his life away. I don't even know if I don't even know if he graduated high school. Having kids, getting married, a fiance, all the little things that, we don't even really think about as moments in our lives until we're in them. I just thought that he won't experience any of that.
Yeah.
And it's a horrible shame, man. It really is. It's it's a quote unquote, it's not a crime of violence.
Yep.
But it is, theft, fraud, that type of law. When you get into that kind of law, and some people were affected and some people were defrauded.
And it was hundreds of thousands of dollars too, right?
Yeah, he was. What he was doing was putting out these tweets as celebrities and saying things like, if you contribute $1,000. I'll contribute $2,000. So I saw some of the tweets in which he was impersonating, say, the former president.
Yep.
And so if you send him $1,000, his assurance was, well, I'll double your amount. So he was able to get a lot of money that way in a relatively quick period of time. But I'm not a Bitcoin expert. I know it's a type of digital currency.
Yep.
We have like a digital vault.
Anonymous.
Yeah, and I really don't know that much about it. And I would never engage in that kind of transaction.
Yeah.
That just seemed fraught with.
Well, to me, the big question comes into how did they get through? Because a lot of these companies, they're investing a lot of money, millions,
Right.
I'm assuming, on, think about Facebook, Twitter, the money that they have
Right.
to invest in firewalls and all that. But like you said, I think you mentioned it was an potential inside job. There was a Twitter employee involved in it.
Yeah, and again, what I say is speculation because we don't know the facts yet. But
Yeah.
from what I understand, that the Twitter employee was compromised. So I'm not sure what that means. Are they trying to say that this kid has something on that Twitter employee that sort of like, if you don't help me, I'm going to make this go public?
Yeah.
But again, the facts will come out eventually.
Yeah.
It's right. It's right in our backyard.
Yeah, interesting. So when we talk about these types of cases, it's interesting to ponder and talk about. With our show, we try to be more of a consumer advocate, helping people understand changes in laws, changes in rules. I think with you, we talked about different changes to DUI laws. We talked about auto accident, the 14-day rule where you got to get checked out. What's new? Or is there anything new in those areas? And then also to talk about the pandemic, what's changed in that regard?
Well, the one thing that the legislation always wants to address is PIP law.
Yes.
And I've talked a lot about PIP law. What they're trying to do is make it so that PIP law is done away with. But the last time Tallahassee did that, it was a fiasco. I mean, it lasted like maybe 3 or 4 months.
PIP is that the personal injury protection?
Personal injury protection. Everybody has to have it.
Okay.
So if you're involved in a car accident, for instance, you cannot go through the at-fault party. You have to go through your party for the first $8,000. It's $10,000. So you have to go for the first 80% of the $10,000, which is up to $8,000. You're responsible for. Your insurance company is responsible for.
Right.
After that, you can go after the at-fault party for any bodily injury.
Okay.
The BI. But if they don't have coverage, let's say they also had PIP.
Yep.
Then, what's your alternative? You better have UM.
Uninsured motorist.
Right, underinsured or uninsured motorist. Yeah, because, it's. I don't know. I'm not. I don't think PIP law needs to be changed. Preferably, I know if you get involved in an accident, I know your insurance rates are going to go up because you had to make a claim, and your insurance company paid out. I understand that. I get the dollars and cents of that. They're all Geico, State Farm. They're all private companies.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the other one's going to lead to less fraud or less money being wasted. I don't see that happening.
Right. Yeah, because that was a big deal back in the day too, with people getting going to the chiropractor, getting as many massages as they could, or then getting prescribed pain meds, and then you had the whole thing blow up with the pill mills and
right.
Miami-Dade. It seems like it's always in Miami-Dade a lot of it too.
That's right.
I remember mortgage fraud.
You're right.
Miami-Dade.
Right.
It's just, I guess, a denser population, more potential for that. But yeah, it's interesting when you look at these different scenarios that play out and where we are today. I mean, legal. Give us an update in terms of some of your cases. Of course, obviously you can't talk personal, but with some of your cases, are you doing more Zooming to do depositions?
It's all Zoom. It's all depots are Zoom, because they don't want 4 people in the same room. The attorney, the prosecutor, the witness, and the court reporter.
Yeah.
These rooms are really small. If you ever been deposed, these rooms are not very big. They're like 15 feet by 10 feet.
Yeah.
They're really small. Everybody's crouched together, but everything's being done by Zoom. The sheriff's office, Pinellas County, sent out a memorandum to the clerk of court. They distributed to the attorneys. This is how Zooms will be conducted by depots.
Right.
And as a person that's done, live depositions, I honestly, I've really lost count, man. They're in the hundreds and hundreds. Yep. There's no substitute for being there and doing a live deposition, because depending what the person says can probably change your question and answers.
Yeah.
And, but it is what it is right now. Same thing with jury trials. I just had a judge tell me, she wasn't mad at me, but she just said, Mr. Alexander, I'm not going to set a jury trial in September just so I can turn around and cancel it.
Right.
We're not going to have a trial this year. I think that's an unspoken rule. So I'm going to set your case for trial in January.
Wow.
And then I have to go tell the client.
And then you just have to wait.
And you have to wait.
Yeah, I got into a car accident probably about a year ago, probably a little less than a year. And just now getting to deposition parts, and so it's all been backed up.
Yeah, it happens. Picking a jury, you have to pick 24 potential jurors, and they sit in a courtroom while the attorney asks them questions, about being fair and unbiased and all that. And you can't have those people in a courtroom right now.
Right.
And then from them, you have to pick 7, 6 juries and 1 alternate, and then they have to be sitting next to each other, and they go to the jury room. It's just not possible right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Interesting times we're in, thanks to the pandemic. And I want to ask you, too, what you see might potentially be happening with China. You hear about these seeds coming out and different things. I want to talk about China, what ramifications may be there, what maybe our president may do and use in negotiations, how that may play out with this, this world. The stuff happening with the trade balances and everything. So stay with us. I'm going to talk to Richard Alexander more about his personal practice here in Tampa Bay, and our feel-good story of the day about Lowe's providing $100 million in bonuses to employees during the pandemic. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. We appreciate you out there hanging in with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Tuning into the show, calling up the hotline, 813-670-7372 is our hotline. Call or text us an off-air line, 813-670-7372. Call or text anytime. ConsumerQB.com is the website as well. And I want to give a shout out and a big shout out and thank you to our friends at Replenish IV Solutions. I just came from their location on Gandy Boulevard. Awesome opportunity to boost your immune system. Now, what we're talking about, Myers cocktails, vitamin infusion drips directly into your bloodstream. And it's Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. Say hello to Stephen and Lisa Gunnan. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. They've got cancer prevention, cell regenerator, hydration, inflammation, all types of great different cocktails for you right here at Replenish IV Solutions. Let them know the real estate quarterback sent you. Multiple locations, and they will come to you as well. That's what's cool about it. I've seen lots of posts on their social about people getting hooked up at home or in the hotel room, wherever they're at. They'll come to you and get your vitamin IV and all those good things in there, the good vitamins that you need. 4209 Preserve Place, another hot property that we've got here in Landsbrook. This is in Palm Harbor, Tarpon Springs area, East Lake area, and it's 4209 Preserve Place. It's an end unit condo, beautiful photography, compliments of Fabre Frameworks. It's an end unit, which is more desirable because you don't have a neighbor, of course, on one side. You got a water view in the back. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. 422 Wildwood Way in Bel Air. This is a gorgeous property as well that we've got over in Bel Air, Pinellas County, 2-story, beautiful property. Close to golf, close to the beaches. Owner is motivated. Check out all of our real estate listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com. That's PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com. All right, we got attorney Richard Alexander in the house. Lots of good stuff happening today on the show. Lots of things happening around the world. It's really interesting. We talked about TikTok between the break. And, TikTok, if you don't know, it's a social media app, very, very heavy on videos, and it just kind of helps you share, lets you share videos. And, of course, everything that's available, as most of the time is free, is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. A lot of different of those are free. And then, of course, you have a paid option. But TikTok is just one more place that people are saying, hey, I could go and put my ads or my videos and promote real estate properties or promote my legal profession or whatever I'm doing, Richard. But at the same time, President Trump seems to have a problem with this type of a company because it's owned by China and the potential for risk of what's his beef there? What do you think the beef is?
Yeah, I think, well, it's a perfect segue, I think, to talking about like Microsoft, wants to purchase TikTok.
Right.
And I think the president's on board with that as long as he gets – I think he wants the United States to get a cut from that. I don't know how they're going to do that, but that's how a businessman thinks, right? Hey, what's in it for us, right? So I think he may allow that to happen. I know Microsoft is very interested. TikTok is a beast.
Yep.
They were incredibly smart and savvy by advertising on YouTube.
Yep.
And everybody saw it, and then they got the one of the most sought after demographics out there, which was teenagers.
Yep.
And they blew up TikTok, and then it just took off from there. But yeah, I think a lot of what happened is that it's the sharing of information.
Yeah.
And who owns the app and the rights to the app, which was China, turns out. And what exactly are they acquiring when you use the app? I'm not even sure that's even an issue anymore because I don't know what information is private anymore.
Well, let me ask you, that's where when you say information, I'm thinking, okay, well, it's a name and an email address and maybe where they're born or how old they are. I get it on one hand because, yes, you have that information and, email marketing is there and stuff like that, but it's not like it's – but could it be a Trojan horse to the bank account, to the other – is that where it would lead?
You're asking the $64,000 question.
We got to ask the guy from Tampa, right?
Yeah, no,
Nicholas or what?
Oh yeah, Graham Clark. Yeah. See what he feels about it.
Yeah,
no, you're right, man. I mean, that is the the question. Is this the Trojan horse? Is this the back door to more personal information? And who knows?
Yeah, And as marketers, we look at it, we welcome that stuff.
Absolutely,
as soon as I heard Gary Vaynerchuk talking about it, I said, yeah, I'll jump on it. Why not? I'll start an account. I'll share my video content there, and I'm big on video content. Over 1,000 videos now on YouTube. Not many businesses can say they have over 1,000 videos on anything.
I get it. I understand about why people hate Google and Instagram and all that, but they're in the billions of reach.
Yes.
Around the world. It's extraordinary, and I forgot. Somebody just came out recently and said nobody. I think it was Tucker Carlson actually said nobody has as much power right now as Instagram, Google, and YouTube, and he's right.
Yeah, and Facebook.
And Facebook. I mean,
that was interesting last week too, where they were just hammering all the guys with Zuckerberg and all them about sharing of information. How are they doing this and that? And I think going back to the Microsoft buying TikTok, that's now we got tax revenue in United States as well, based on whatever ad sales they have,
right.
Or however they.
I think that's exactly what the president is looking at. How does the United States benefit as a country financially? He's, again, just looking at it from a businessman's perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking with attorney Richard Alexander here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. TrustAlexanderLaw.com is his website. You can see more information there. Of course, he's on our website as well, Consumer